Hey everybody, I'm Griffin, and this is Theta, and this is a death battle. No, that's not our intro. Welcome to Stone-Faced Reactions, where we watch videos and then don't react to them whatsoever. Hey everybody, welcome back again to another Stone-Faced Reactions. I'm Griffin, this is Theta, and here we are we're gonna watch another thing together, and we're gonna react to it, and we'll have no idea what we're doing because it won't be anything either of us knows.
No, you think anyway.
Well, I think anyway. Let's find out.
There are some on there that I don't know. And again, you lost again, so you get first pick again.
That's right. I'm a big loser. Let's spin the wheel of how am I going to lose this time? Come on, Elsa and Rapunzel, the movies that we've definitely both seen.
Have you not?
No. Battle of the Bonds. Oh boy.
So who's your favorite Bond? Mine's James.
Let's see. How many Bond actors do we have to go through here? That is a good question. I know two off the top of my head. There's Sean Connery, and then there's the latest one and I've suddenly forgotten the name.
Daniel Craig?
Daniel Craig. There you go, yeah. So those are the two I know off the top of my head.
God, I know a bunch of them are in my head, and I can't think of the names either. Because, you know, who was it just before him, and GoldenEye, and the other one? The one where he surfs down a tidal wave, or whatever it was.
Oh, God. But I think I really have to give it to some of the older Bonds, which means that I'm really saying I think I like Sean Connery the most. But probably because I like those films the most. But I'm still going to go ahead and say the classic, the original, is the best.
Okay, I need to do a quick lean in here. This is where I lean in and I consult my co-host on this. Can we do a quick look up to see how many people have played Bond? Because I know who I want to pick, but I can't remember his name.
Absolutely. Go find out what the name is here.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say. Whoever was Bond in Her Majesty's Secret Service is the one I'm picking. So that way it's not based on what I just look up right now. So that way we can also come up with a list beforehand.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's see what the name is.
First I'll look up who played James Bond. We all have a list. We had Daniel Craig, Pierce Brosnan, Sean Connery, Roger Moore, Timothy Dalton, George Lazenby, Barry Nelson, and David Niven. Now, let me just do a quick look up who was, because two of those are in my head as the person who played it in that movie, and I'm getting it wrong.
Right, so you gotta figure out which one.
On Her Majesty's Secret Service, I had the name wrong.
Yup. Well, we'll find it. We'll find it real soon.
George Lazenby. That was the George Lazenby one.
There you go. So you're going with George Lazenby.
Hopefully he's on their list.
All right. So what do you got to say that's good about his performance? What really sticks out to you about him and His Majesty's Secret Service that you really like, that you think gives him the win here?
Gadgets.
Gadgets? Just, he has the coolest gadgets.
From my memory. I hope this isn't... hope I'm not getting the wrong Bond. You know, I think I'm getting the wrong Bond, and now that I think about it, I think I'm building the wrong movie. Oh, but I've already said I was picking him, so I can't go back now.
Well, we'll see. I wonder if they'll even mention him in it. We'll see if they're actually pitting all of them, or like the top four. Because I remember Death Battle did like all the Bonds versus each other. They just chose like 3 or 4 of them, so not all of them.
Right. God, now I was thinking of Roger Moore and not. But whatever, I am where I'm at.
Well, let's go ahead and let's go for it. I don't think I really need to say anything about Sean Connery, do I? As Bond, the breakout role that everyone remembers him doing.
Oh, you don't remember him in you don't remember him in a Speedo throwing guns at people? That's my breakout role for Sean Connery.
I really just remember just like watching those older Bond movies that the performances just are really good for what they are. Really.
Oh, so you like the James Bond that's real sexist and backhands women? That's your favorite James Bond?
Oh no, I don't necessarily like those parts. but I do like a lot of the deliveries, a lot of the emotions expressed, a lot of the way that they react to the action. I think that at least the actors are very good, particularly Sean when he has to be on screen doing all this stuff.
I think about it. Leaning back to our previous reaction where you picked the rape fantasy movie.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it.
This is a very problematic point of view that we're taking here, Griff.
I will come over there, Theta. I will. I'll walk for 3 days to get there. I think that's how long it's going to take.
Oh,
right?
even if you could find where these videos are coming from, I won't be here for a week.
Oh, that's right. I don't know where your secret bunker is, and you're not going to be there. Everything's ruined now. Thanks.
All right.
All right, so let's go ahead and see what Tom has to say about Battle of the Bonds.
This is Real Rivalries, the show where we pit two
Adam,
movies
not
head to
Tom.
head and let
Dang,
you decide the winner.
I'm so bad with names.
You said Tom last time.
Did I? Well,
Oh, it's GoldenEye for season.
The
You
name's
pick real quick.
Bond.
Pick now.
James Bond.
Uh,
And he's been
GoldenEye.
entertaining us on
All
the
right,
big
Casino
screen
Royale it
since
is.
the 60s.
I
Seven
just
acting
don't like
legends
the
have
Daniel
played
Craig
the
ones all
character
that
over the
much.
years. 8 if you
I
count
like how
the
we went
Barry
into all
Nelson
that
TV
thing in the
episode.
beforehand about.
Today we're looking at two
Nonsense.
fresh beginnings for our 007
That Battle of the Bonds is
agents
battle
as
between two
GoldenEye
Bonds.
goes up against Casino
Yeah.
Royale. I'll be
Yeah, I'd
covering
take
the
down Craig over
characters, the
the
stories,
guy who
the world building, and the assembly of each picture. Let's
ruined
start
Bond
with the
for a while.
agents.
Yeah, but Daniel Craig really is just like
In
the psychopath
1995,
Bond.
GoldenEye was released,
Which I guess
and
is more
introduced
critique against the
audiences to
character than
newest
the actor.
James
The actor
Bond,
probably did
Pierce
great.
Brosnan.
He's the guy
He had
who
all the fake
ingested
scenes of a
poison
good
and then
agent,
vomited
the
it up and
charming
then,
accent, the strikingly
shocked
good
himself
looks,
back to
the
health.
Playboy attitude, and of course a license to kill.
Meanwhile,
Daniel Craig
GoldenEye
was
is
a
something
pretty
I'll
far
always remember
departure
as an
in
N64
2006's
game.
Casino Royale. The blonde-hair, blue-eyed agent was a first for the franchise. He was reckless and a bit more prone to mistakes. He was still a killer in the streets and a thriller in the sheets. His
he also
poker
made a
game
better
was
movie.
on point too. James Bond answers to the head of MI6, simply
Daniel Craig
known as
took,
M. In both these series,
mount to
M
the
is played
nuts
by Judi Dench,
from an open-seated
a no-nonsense
chair.
figure that is
I
mildly
remember
more
the other guy
smitten
doing
with
that.
Brosnan than that of our unpredictable Craig, at least in their first respective films. GoldenEye has a great cast, which includes the less than invincible Alan Cumming, Samantha Bond as Moneypenny,
Oh, he is
Isabella
invincible.
Scorupco as Natalia, and a nice cameo by Minnie Driver, who can be heard strangling a cat live on stage. The showstopper here is the beautiful Famke Janssen as Xenia Onatop. She's the quintessential poster child for the Thigh Master, as she takes men's breath away, quite literally.
I literally
with
just
her
watched
legs.
a doctor's
You Only Live
react to
Twice
that
isn't
scene,
just a Bond
and it's
film,
like,
oh,
it's a way of life.
wouldn't
for
really
Alec
work.
Trevelyan, who fakes his death early in the picture. That seems par for the course.
It's all to make it
for
look
Sean
like it's
Bean,
effective.
Who typically dies before the credits roll on a film.
I guess that's
In this
a
case,
call out to
he
the
gets to
channel
die
Sick
twice.
Notes if anyone
Desmond
wants to watch that at
Llewellyn
some point.
continues his role as Q, the head of research and development, in one of the funnier
Ah, this
scenes
is a
in
good
the film. There's not a whole lot of joking around when it comes to Casino Royale. Even Judi Dench isn't impressed with
Casino
Bond's
Royale's
devil-may-care
serious.
attitude.
Yeah,
There
it's a
are a lot
seriously
of
good movie.
characters that come and go throughout the picture that 007 isn't even sure he can
I like at
trust.
least a little levity.
Mathis,
You know what I'm
Felix,
like.
And even 007's love interest Vesper have questionable motives. Eva Green is an absolute bombshell though, so it's hard to question really anything she does. A Bond shell, really. I'm
Not
sorry.
funny.
The main villain here is a name
Ah,
that's
see, at
very
least he
French and I
apologizes for
can't
it.
pronounce correctly. Le Chiffre, and it's played by Mads Mikkelsen. The villain
It's hard
cries
to beat
tears
Mads
of
Mikkelsen
blood
in a
and
movie as
has
well.
the personality of a dead fish. He's a catch. Call me old-fashioned, but I prefer the zanier antics of GoldenEye. Takes the win here.
It's just nostalgia. He's looking at this with nostalgia
Believe it or
goggles.
not, Martin
I'm
Campbell
looking at this
directed
with
both
nostalgia
GoldenEye
goggles.
and Casino Royale. Those
Which
are
is
the
rare.
only two Bond
Well, you
films
voted
he has
GoldenEye.
directed so
I mean,
far.
what
do you- That's true.
GoldenEye introduces the new
The past
007
sucks, but
to
the old Bonds are
audiences
good.
by showcasing what he does best.
I mean, you also insanely picked Sean
Maybe
Connery as
second
your
best,
Bond of
I'm
choice,
not
so
sure.
I don't
He has
even know where to go.
infiltrated a Soviet chemical weapons facility with his partner Alec. Unfortunately, Alec is killed by the commanding officer Grigorovich just
Oh,
before
is
Bond
he?
blows the plant to high hell and escapes by free-falling to a plane with guards in hot pursuit. By contrast, I placed fourth in a round of Fortnite the
The
other
level
night,
is not
then
quite
spent
so
a
interesting.
dumb amount of time sitting in a chair in silence contemplating my
PvP.
life's decisions. So, we both had eventful days. Let's continue though. 9 years later, a Siberian base is destroyed by an EMP, knocking out all the satellites under its control. M tasks Bond with finding out who caused the attack, which leads our agent to the crime syndicate Janus, and their leader, the once presumed dead Alec Trevelyan. This movie has KGB agents, Russian mobsters, and a Soviet-era satellite armed with space-based tech code named GoldenEye. Bond commandeers a tank and trashes downtown St. Petersburg with it. Onatopp murders dudes in the greatest way possible. And Alan Cummings dies like the T-1000 almost did. The whole thing caps with a brawl on a giant satellite dish before abruptly ending a few minutes later.
I just don't know that a Bond movie
Casino
should be
Royale is
comedy.
Longer, slower, and
It-
one of the
it doesn't
most
have to all be
grounded Bond
comedy,
films
but,
to
like,
date.
things can be
The
funny.
first 20 minutes is wild stuff, and amongst
That's
the
a
best
lot of
Especially
comedy.
character
franchise has to
deaths.
offer. We see how James earns his 00 status with a black and white montage of sorts, featuring a swift assassination and a dirty bathroom fight. This does a great job of showcasing both sides to the character. He's smooth and professional at times, but there's a brutal, sloppy side to him as well. Basically, French guy meets with a high-ranking member of Lord's Resistance Army and is given a large sum of money to invest in terrorism. Meanwhile, in Madagascar, Bond is doing his
Just
best
generic
to keep
terrorism,
up with
you
the
know.
youth of today by showcasing
What am
his
I complaining?
parkour
Spectre
tricks.
exists.
One dead bomb maker and a blown-up embassy later,
It just feels like you're
Bond is
complaining
now
about
in the
Daniel Craig
Bahamas
movies.
to track down a lead. Alex Dimitrios is
Maybe.
the target, and it's safe to say this guy had a pretty crappy night. Not only does James take his money and his car, but also beds the dude's wife. Again, just for the sake of contrast, one time I took down a large Pizza Hut pizza solo, plus a 2-liter of Coke while watching the Family Guy Stewie Griffin movie. So, I mean, who really has the
Quite
more
an
exciting
accomplishment,
life?
really.
After a night of unbridled passion, Bond saves a new plane from blowing up and enters a high-stakes Texas Hold'em competition
I
called
really feel like this is an argument between comedy
Casino
and
Royale.
action.
I actually forgot the title.
Well, I mean, it's
for a
not like
second, so
GoldenEye is like
letting
all
my brain
comedy.
catch up.
It just
Le
has a
Chiffre is
slightly
playing
lighter
to win
tone
back his
and
client's
isn't about
money,
like
and
brutal
007 is
murder
there to
and
stop
like
him.
hitting
One
someone in the
poisoned
balls.
drink
I'm sorry, it's
and a
not
quick
about
trip to
what?
the car
Brutal
for
what?
self-administered defibrillator
Brutal
shock
murder
liquor,
and
Bond is back
torture.
in
That's not the
action.
word you
After
used.
winning the Casino
Is it?
Royale,
Maybe-
he's treated to a
Moiter.
tasty
Moiter is
game
what
of
you
rope
said.
and balls, while his lover is in the other
Brutal
room,
moiter.
presumably being tortured. There's a lot of plot going on here, and
Moitilize
it's filled with misdirection, double crosses, and lessons learned, much like my pizza excursion. James finds out the hard way that you should trust no one in this game. Something he could have learned
Lesson,
much
get
easier
more pizza.
and quicker by watching one episode of The X-Files. Both films feature some exotic locations and crazy stunts. I myself am a sucker for skilled card playing and villains that cry tears of blood, so Casino Royale takes it.
Ah.
A few things spring to mind when most think about James Bond. Fast cars.
There's also
gorgeous
an argument
women,
about movie
crazy
making in the
gadgets,
90s versus
amazing
movie
stunt
making in
work,
the...
vodka martinis,
GoldenEye was in the
shaken,
90s or
not
the 80s?
stirred, and a high probability
90s,
of
right?
STDs.
Had to be 90s.
Yeah,
GoldenEye has it
definitely.
all.
Absolutely.
Early
A stylish
90s,
belt with a grappling
versus
hook and
movie
an
making the
exploding
2000
pen get
aughts.
the MI6 agent out of a couple jams. His Aston Martin features all the accoutrements you would come to expect, plus missiles. Onatopp is very good at what she does, and she really
As you do.
seems to
I
enjoy
mean-
her work, which is
Oh, this
nice.
has, like, the
You
watch
should always
laser
love
in
what
it,
you
which is
do for a
great.
living. Casino
I mean,
Royale also
Daniel
features
Craig's
a
world
sweet
building is
Aston
more
Martin
realistic,
and lovely
though.
ladies, but is
Yeah.
oddly free of gadgets. Scriptwriter Paul Higgis said they wanted to get away from the special effect heavy previous entries and tell a more believable story with practical effects. This meant moving away from the somewhat fantastical gadgetry of the past. Mission accomplished there, but I do think it took away from some of the charm Bond movies had. What I do think Casino Royale does really well is showcase
Yeah, some
a
of the fun
large
is just
world
pulling
with
out
both
something
good
completely
and bad
unexpected.
organizations that often
Yeah, something
cross
completely
paths.
stupid.
MI6 seems more
But GoldenEye
colorful
has
with
like the
multiple
whole
locations around
the
world.
pen
I think
gag,
they had the right
where like they
idea
keep
with the
clicking
less
it, and if you
schlocky
click it a
tone,
proper
but at the
amount of
same
times,
time,
it's
it
supposed
lost
to
a
go
bit of
off,
the
and the
identity.
character just
I'm
literally
leaning
keeps
GoldenEye on
clicking
this
it
one.
over and over
And by
again.
leaning, I mean,
But yeah, 'cause
Building up the
it's if you
tension, it's
click
great.
it, if you click it 5 times, it turns on.
it's
If
kind
you
of
click it
wild
7 times,
that
it turns
Martin
off.
Campbell came
5, 7,
back
8, 9,
over a
7, 5,
decade
7, 8,
later
7.
to direct
So
Casino
it's like,
Royale. These two movies
God, I
feel
can't keep track
incredibly
anymore.
different from one another.
Exactly,
GoldenEye had a
it's fun.
fresh
It's the
Bond,
bomb
but
under the
film
table.
retained the same larger-than-life scale
You mean the bomb
the
that didn't
series
kill
is known
Hitler?
for. The music ranges from the iconic
Oh, I was referring to,
theme
like,
written by
Hitchcock.
Monty Norman and arranged by John
I was
Barry
referring to Valkyrie.
the soundtrack Eric Serra put together. Outside of the opening song GoldenEye,
One
which
of these was
sung
a
by
movie.
Tina
The
Turner
other one
and
could have
written by
changed
Bono,
everyone's lives
I'm just not
forever.
really a fan of the music in this picture. It has a really
Then I'll
corny
give you your
vibe
reference,
that doesn't
whatever.
really do the action sequences justice. David Arnold and Nicholas Dodd produced far better works for Casino Royale. The title song was created by Chris Cornell. Visually speaking, Campbell has come a long way since GoldenEye. Casino Royale is a stunning film that ups the ante when it comes to the action. The fighting is far more brutal and not near as cartoonish as past films. Many, including myself, will always hold a special place for GoldenEye, and that's due to the Nintendo 64 game. After rewatching the movie recently,
the
the
N64 game
overwhelmingly poured in as familiar locations cropped up, such
Yes,
as
that
the
famous
library,
James Bond.
the Soviet base,
Can't make a
and
joke.
the satellite
They did make a
station.
James Bond
Set that
cartoon. It was
aside,
James
though,
Bond's
I just
kid.
Can't ignore the craft that's on display in Casino
Look, we're gonna do
Royale.
slappers only on
I
Ruin.
just have to give it the win. That's the only fair
Oh, sure,
thing
then I'm
do.
gonna pick Oddjob.
The name's Bond. James Bond.
What we have here is our classic 2-2 scenario. It's a stalemate. It's a tie, and the tie. goes
no,
to
an
the
engineered
host,
draw,
which is me,
anything
so
but
I'm
that.
I'm gonna go with GoldenEye. Casino Royale is the better made film for sure, but I like the
Oh,
faster
you heard it. We
pacing,
called
the
there.
more over-the-top moments, and the
Stop the
sheer
count.
coolness that Brosnan exudes. But really, the tie in actuality goes to you. So leave a comment with your winner and why.
Ah, see, it
Give
goes
the
to
video
me,
a
so
like
I
if
get-
you had some fun, and I'll see you
Well,
next
then I
week
vote
on another
Casino
Real
Royale.
Rivalries. You can trust me. on
Ah,
that.
well, I vote
My
oppositely.
word is
Now
my
we're
bond.
drawn again. Ah, no.
I had to. It was there. Thanks for watching.
So I
the
guess
rivalry.
technically that
If you
means I've
enjoyed the
won
video,
3 times
make
now,
sure
and
to
you've
hit
won
that
1
like
time.
button and comment with your episode
Yeah,
winner.
yeah, I suppose
If you're a
so.
fan
Plus
of movie
whatever
debates,
happened last
feel free
3.
to subscribe to
Yeah.
Screen Rant.
I'm
for
still
more
gonna
real
stand and say
rivalries
that the
and
older
much
Bonds
more.
are still really good and just fun films. They're not deadly serious. They're fun little action things.
Alright, well then I'm gonna call you a liar, because you didn't stand at all when you said that. Which makes me the winner.
Ah, no. Well, I guess you'll get to choose next time then.
I do appreciate. I don't know. You probably don't see this, but for the people watching my recording here, I have never once looked up on YouTube on Her Majesty's Secret Service. I only looked it up on Google a moment ago, and yet it's one of my chosen things right here.
All right. Well, I suppose that'll probably wrap it up right there. So I've been Griffin, this is Theta, and we'll be back for another Stoneface Reactions next time. See y'all. Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?